What is going on today, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Today, I just wanted to talk about the one investment that you can make, regardless of how much money that you have, that is always going to be a positive return, regardless of bear markets, bull markets, wars, supply chain disruptions, anything and everything in between. So, what is that investment? That investment is the investment inside your health, making the investment, the time, the effort to actually take care of yourself. I already lost a bunch of you because truck drivers don't care. They don't care. They would rather drive a truck until they die. But at the end of the day, I'm going to try and get this message out there because not only is it the positive investment that you can always get a return on, but you'll actually be able to live a better, longer life. Now, is it going to take some effort and be tedious at times? Yes, absolutely. Are you going to enjoy it? Not always. No, not always. In fact, I still don't like lifting. I definitely don't like doing my ab workouts, but at the end of the day, I know that if I keep my diet in check and if I exercise, I am actually going to be able to enjoy the money that I'm actually earning and saving for retirement, let alone just the rest of my life, as well as being able to work a decent amount of hours and not feel like I am on death's door. Now, are you going to get sick? Are you going to have hospital stays? Are you going to experience fatigue anyways? Yes, absolutely. But it is so much easier to bounce back from all of the above if you actually invest in your health. If you don't want to work out, that's fine. You don't have to work out. It's not impossible, but it is difficult as a certainly over the road or regional trucker. However, I still did it. The bigger issue is taking control of your diet, staying away from the highly processed foods, certainly within truck stops. And this is not the 1980s anymore. Truck stops are not just only offering greasy, high calorie foods. They do offer healthier options. Do we go for it? Mostly not, certainly not as truck drivers. And again, this is not like about living as a monk and always denying yourself, for years and years and years on end. It's about a healthy moderation once you get down to a better weight. For example, during COVID, I was not in trucking at the moment, but I had a desk job in white collar work. I ballooned up during COVID to about 225. So about 40 pounds heavier than I am now. It made everything more difficult because I was carrying all that extra weight. I was making my body work more, even just constantly, just doing the small things like going upstairs. I would be out of breath, going up 2 flights of stairs. It was ridiculous. Now, I'm not going to claim that, I'm 6 feet tall. So is that the most out of shape I could have been? No. Could I have been way worse? Yes, absolutely. But since I have lost the weight, since I have been consistently working out on top of, I was also, eating like a trash can. I was eating cereal every single morning. I was not eating any whole foods on a regular basis. I ate mostly carbs and mostly processed food. And no wonder I looked way worse and I felt way worse because I was eating way worse. Not that hard to figure out. But once I cut all of that out of my diet, just, ate eggs and even bacon every single morning instead of cereal. And I cut out mostly carbs and turned it into mostly protein along with fruits and vegetables. Yeah, I lost the weight and I felt way, way better. It makes doing the long shifts that we have even better. I have coworkers who show up in the morning when I'm getting off and they'll say, "Man, I'm just so tired." I understand. I understand being tired even though you just got a full night's sleep. It's because you're overweight and not just a little bit, a lot. I understand because I was there. If you don't want to feel like that anymore, just make some changes. Now, is it going to be tedious? Yes. Is it going to be hard from a discipline standpoint? Absolutely. But if you put in the effort, you can get there. But at the end of the day, there's no point in making all this money and even investing or even saving that money that we make, which is far more than the average income, if we're not there to enjoy it. If we die of a heart attack at age 55 because we're morbidly obese, the average life expectancy for a trucker, not that high. I want to say it's mid 60s, like 67, something like that, if that high. And this message primarily comes from people that I have known who did have a decent amount of money set aside for retirement. They worked really, really hard, and then they died of a health-related incident, whether that was a heart attack because they were morbidly obese and their cholesterol was too high, something that effect. We've all heard stories, and I think we've all known people, at least, third party or third hand, that have died of health-related incidents. And in fact, heart disease is the #1 cause of death in the United States. And I know for a fact that that kills a lot of truck drivers per year too. And that's completely preventable by dieting and exercise, but most people just aren't willing to do it. So I would encourage you to make the sacrifice, put in the effort to diet, exercise. And if you want details on that, I can go further into detail on another video on how to do that. And I'm certainly not saying it's a one size fits all. You don't have to do any specific program. It's just doing something. Go for a walk, start out slow, work your way up, and cut back the crap out of your diet. You're going to be way better than most, even if you do those 2 simple things. So make the best investment that you can. Make the investment into your health so you can actually enjoy some of the fruits of your labor later on in life, assuming you're even investing, which again, that's a completely different topic, but invest in yourself. So that's it for this video. If you guys disagree with me, as always, put it in the comment section down below, or if you want me to talk about any other specific topic in another video, put that down there as well. Otherwise, I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. God bless.